Adrian, welcome. How does it feel to be the new manager of 𝙘𝙤𝙢𝙢𝙢𝙢𝙢?
Extremely proud to have the opportunity to coach at Tier 3 is an experience. It's magical. I mean, beyond managing international sides, the day-to-day club football is always what one searches for, and to do it with a town like 𝙘𝙤𝙢𝙢𝙢 is special.
And how did you hear about the availability for the manager's position? Because it's not common for a team at this level, certainly, to hire someone with international experience and hire someone from overseas.
Yeah, for all the CV, that sometimes works against you. I follow women's football intensely. I coach both men and women. My passion, my love has always been the women's game. So I've always keeping track. I won't lie, there's been plenty of applications to plenty of teams more than once. The opportunity came up a couple of months ago. I contacted Greg. Unfortunately, again, because not being local works against you. And the previous manager was hired. And then, out of the blue, literally 4 days ago at least, the opportunity came up again. So I contacted Greg. We had a good chat, and it's like, well, there's a very fine line between being brave and crazy, and we decided to do it that way. So that's how it came about.
Yeah, and you said there about your CV, it is definitely stacked with experience. You've worked with Gibraltar national team, both men's and women's. You were manager of the women's team and assistant manager of the men's team. Yep. You've coached in the USA, and you was also a manager at Gibraltar Lions. So let's start with the international experience you have. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, then it started with the women's side. Gibraltar gained access to UEFA back in 2013. I had the opportunity to take the team. It was a total strip back to the bone, total new philosophy, way of playing, and build it from fairly low levels to where it is now. There's some good players that competed well, and I did that for 3 years.
And you're born in Gibraltar, moved out to London when you were young.
Yep.
So what's it like being back in England? And if you could tell us a bit about your living situation.
It's a funny one, because I was brought up in the UK, although I was born in Gibraltar. So there's always a part of me that misses the UK. I've still got family here. So many a time when we come on holiday, it's always that little thing, maybe one day move back. With this opportunity, we'll see where it goes. Obviously, rushing around, like I said, it's been something of a whirlwind, but we're looking for accommodation, but I think I've got that sorted already.
Yeah, I'd say don't get used to the weather either. I know it's lovely at the moment, but it's not like this in December. Yeah, you and your wife Leanne flew over to watch the team on Sunday against Dartford. What were your first impressions of the squad?
I was impressed. I appreciate the previous game. They probably had a little bit of a hangover, which is natural after the news. But I like the style. We share a lot of synergies. There's a lot of things that I would play. I'm a sort of coach that likes to maybe with a bit of Latin flair, sort of possession base, play through the thirds, and I saw a lot of that. So we already share a lot of synergies. It's just a matter of doing things slightly different, and I think we can show that we can play football in a slightly different way. I don't want to come in and rip everything up, because the team is a good team, good players.
And you spoke to the girls at full time. That was sort of your first introduction to them. What did you say to them?
More of the same, what I just mentioned. I was impressed with their energy, their passion, the grit, and the general level was good. And I'll use the energy that I always use. Football, you can't reinvent the wheel, but we can reinvent how we push it and roll it, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to do things slightly different, enjoy it, and hopefully entertain the crowd as well.
Yeah, and it's quite a unique situation that you're in. It's almost a brand new squad, filled with quality, like you said. And all the hard work's been done for you. Credit to Josh, Joe and his team for their efforts throughout pre-season, but what do you make of the situation you're in?
First and foremost, I don't know Josh personally, so I don't know what's happened. I just hope that, that everything's okay and it's nothing untoward that's happened. That's first and foremost. Yeah, credit to him. The players that I've seen that have come in are extremely good. So there is a good squad. Ironically, it's very much like my previous situation, where I built a squad for this season back in Georgia Lions men, and then at the 11th hour, new owners decide to change things around. So it's almost the flip of that.
And you'll also be signing in a full-time position here at the club. So how greatly is that going to affect preparation on and off the pitch? Because obviously you'll be able to commit a lot more time.
Yeah, my commitment is 100% full time with it. It's no different to the teams back home, or even the international teams that I've coached. I think the club deserves that amount of commitment. If we want to get results, it needs that amount of commitment.
And how do you want the team to play? Because every new manager paints a picture of what he wants the team to play like. So what does that look like for you?
Well, like I said earlier on, I think we share already a lot of synergies to the way they've been playing. I would say you never want to strip out that sort of strength and speed and grit, and never say die attitude of the British English game. We just want to add a bit of maybe Latin flair to it and do things slightly different. But definitely, it will always be possession based, play through the thirds, front foot. I'd rather lose 4-3 than hang on for 90 minutes and lose 1-0.
Your first game in charge of the team will be against Spurs on the 11th of August. Are you looking forward to that?
Absolutely. Obviously, unfortunately, I've got to fly back to sort things out to be able to come back full time. But definitely looking forward to it.
Good. Well, welcome to the club, Adrian.
Thank you.